There are some kind of prelims related material, and that is all subjects included in that. First one is history. So in history, Buddhism is founded by the Gautam Buddha, who was born in Lumbini in 563 BC. Main cause of origin of Buddhism expensive and complicated Vedic rituals थे बहुत ज़्यादा, rigid caste system, desire of Vaishya to improve their social position. What is important feature of the Buddhism? It did not accept the authority of Vedas, opposition to rituals, sacrifices, ceremonies, believed in path of moderation against extreme self-mortification, theory of karma, and essential element of the Buddhism, emphasis on the efficacy of the Janana Marga, like path of knowledge, to attain the salvation, believed in the Pratiksha Samutpada, one state life leads to next state, rejected the idea of soul and transmigration of the soul. So he rejected the transmigration of soul, but Jaina was the philosophy, they accepted that. Buddha neither rejected nor accepted the existence of the god. In the god issue, he was just silent about that. Emphasis on non-violence, allowed eating non-vegetarian food, provided animal not killed for the purpose. So they do not allow the animal killing, and they were favor of that non-violence. Important term of the Buddhism, Parivartana, Jaka, that is renunciant, wanderer. Shraman is a seeker, one who perform act austerity. Upasika, a lay follower of the Buddhism. Arhat was the Hinian monk, and Arhat is a Hinian monk, and they were like a selfish being because they worked their own salvation. Nirvana is a state of supreme bliss. Sheel is referred to when a lay person leave home to life of the Buddhist renunciate among a community bhikshu. Upsampada, that is ritual of the ascetic waiting ordination by which a candidate, if deemed accepted, to undertake ascetic life. That is Upsampada. And Vasa is the 3 month annual retreat observed by the Theravada, and that was practitioners last for 3 lunar months. Uposta is the Buddhist day of the observance. Taught that Uposta day is for cleansing of the defiled mind. If there is a defiled mind, the cleansing of that mind, that is the upostha. Upostha is the cleansing of the mind. Important term associated with the Buddhism, that is arhat. Arhat is a Hinian monk, selfish being. Nirvana is a state of supreme bliss, and these all we discussed. Now Parmita. Parmita is a Sanskrit term which means the perfection. So perfection is known as the paramita, and it is known as a paramita. And in the bodhisattva tradition, the accomplishment of this perfection result in achievement of the ultimate perfection, enlightenment. In the Madhyam Buddhism, the Mahayan Buddhism was the path of the bodhisattva is described the six parameters, that is done paramita, cultivate the attitude of giving, sila paramita, refraining from harm, and shanti, the ability not be perturbed by the anything. Virya is find joy, and dhyana is not to be. Dhyana is dhyana is not to be distracted, and the prajna parmita, that is perfect discrimination of the phenomena. Now there is a pratitya samutpada. It is referred to the codependence origin, belief that all things are interconnected. So pratitya means all things are interconnected. Updana, it refers to the attachment and the grasping of result of the craving and suffering. And upeksha is concept of equanimity. It is pure mental state cultivated on Buddhist path of nirvana. So upeksha, that is for the nirvana. Upsaka is a referred that lay followers of the Buddhism. They were not monk, but still undertake ethical go to cultivate the beneficial Buddhism. School of Buddhism, there was a Mahayana Buddhism. So Mahayana people means greater vehicle. The meaning of the greater vehicle, and contain the two philosophy of this school, Madhyamika and the Yogacara. So considered the Buddha as a god and worship idol. So they were follower of the idol worship of the Buddha and Bodhisattva, and salvation attained by means of faith, devotion to the mindfulness of the Buddha. Believe in idol worship school that is famous in China, Korea, Tibet, and Japan. Next, Hinayana. Hinayana means literally lesser vehicle. The meaning is lesser vehicle, and believe in the original teaching of the Buddha doctrine, and they are believer of the original teaching of the Buddha, and does not believe in the idol worship, not believed in the idol worship, and self discipline, discipline, and meditation, and known as the arhat. Arhat against the accepting gift of the gold, silver, Buddha forbid, spread to Nepal, Tibet, and nearby country. Okay, so no monk was accepting the gift. They was known as the arhat. Now next is the Theravada. So Theravada Buddhism is most ancient branch of the Buddhism, remain closest origin to the Buddha, developed in the Sri Lanka, rest of the southeast. Okay, and this is for the Laos, Myanmar, Sri Lanka. Arhat and freedom from the cycle of samsara. They wanted a freedom from the cycle of samsara. Next is Vajrayan. Vajrayan is the vehicle of the thunderbolt. It is the thunderbolt and known as a tantric. They are tantric Buddhism, came into existence during earlier medieval age, and popular Tibet, and Tibet by the Padma Sambhavana Guru Rinpoche followed the symbolism and rites. Tantric practice followed by the combined physical and spiritual world. Now Jain school is Mahayana Buddhism that originated in the China during the Tang dynasty, and Tang dynasty was there. In the Japan, meditation is most distinctive feature of the Buddhist. Now, sect of the Buddhism. What is about the Buddhism sect? So, dissension occurred because of breach of rules of monastic discipline. Monk of the eastern part of India opposed by the monk of western part of the India. So, this is the as a sect of Buddhism. There is a dissension, and they both were opposing to each other. In second Buddhist council, monk of east called the Mahasangika and the monk of west called the Sthavira Vadika. So Mahasangika and the Sthavarvadika. Mahasangika, it was first located area of the Vaishali and also southern India, and that was Nagarjun Konda, and they was in the Nagarjun Konda and the Amravati and the Nagarjun Konda. Okay, it is texts were written in the Prakrit, so this was written in the Prakrit. Believed in the plurality of Buddha, who are the supreme Loko Tara, held that what past of the Gautam Buddha, and a partition got divided into 8 subsect like Eka, Eka प्रजा नास्तिकवादा उता से बहु, ये इतना सब कुछ देखने की जरूरत नहीं है. लाइक देयर वाज ए two type of branches in the Buddhism. First was Mahasangika, and Mahasangika was in the uh, east side, and next one was a Sthavarvadika that was in the western side. Okay, now these all was in that text was in the Prakrit language. Okay, now Sthavarvadika, they are the Theravadi, and uh, not wholly momentary, some existing for even little. Okay, so they were a Theravadi and 11 sect also in the Sthavarvadika. Now next topic is related to the Jainism. Okay, so Jainism was started in 6th century BC. Word Jain is derived from the Jina, and it was derived from the Jina word, means the conqueror. So Mahavir Swami was the founder of Jainism. There was a 24 Tirthankar of the Jainism, and Rishabdev was the first Tirthankar. Initiated this tradition doctrine of Jaina older than the Buddhist doctrine. Rejected the authority of the Veda and the Vedic ritual, and these are the based on Dharam Shastra. Dharam Shastra, ancient Sutra text that is emerged in the literary tradition of the Veda, Rig, Yajur, Sam, and the Atharveda. That was 6th millennium BCE, and the Hymen of the Rig Veda are the one of the earliest texts. So Rig Veda was the earlier text of the verses, and the Brahman, which belongs to the middle Vedic period, followed by the Vedanga. and there was a Vedanga also there, and the basic texts are composed in an aphoristic style like sutra. And now the next is Annihilation, founded by the Ajit Annihilation, that was founded by the Ajit Case Kamblin. So there was the Ajit and Case Kamblin, Ajit Case Kamblin, and he was the founder of the Annihilation. Annihilation means I believe in it believed in materialistic philosophy. Annihilation is was founded by the Ajit Kesha Kambilin, and that was Uchdavada, and that was Annihilation, founded by the Ajita Keshwa Kamblin, and that was everything end with a death, and do not believe in idea of the sin, and Charvak school emerged out of it. So the Charvak school, Yavat Jivat Sukhe Jivat Gratam Bhivat, and kind of this philosophy that was comes from the Annihilationism and Ajita Kesh Kamblin. Next is Ajivika. Ajivika was established by the Nanda and Vacha. Makhaliputra Gosala was the third religious chief of the Ajivika, also referred the Sudra Sannyasin. It was based on the philosophy of the Niyati. So destiny was very important for the Ajivika, rejected the theory of the karma, and did not believe the effective human efforts, and practiced complete nudity and the rigorous practice. King Bimbisara was follower of this sect. So Bimbisara was follower of the sect of the Ajivika. Okay. Next is Charvak Lokayat. So Charvak philosophy was from the Brahaspatya was from the Charvak, and that was Sutra primary literature. Believe in the enjoying luxury life, and they were believing eating, drinking, and marrying. That was a Charvak. Lokayat, also known as Brahaspat, was the main founder of that. Monk, also known as a Nastik Shiromani, and emphasis water, fire, air, earth are only fundamental element. There is no rebirth, no soul, no good. Pratyaksh is Praman. Pratyaksh are the only way to acquiring the Vedic knowledge. Now next thing is what ultimate source of knowledge is rejected, like Vedas are rejected here. Now next is trade guild in the South India. That is several trade guilds operation in the medieval South India, such as the Gatriga, Nagara Thara, and the Mumuri, Dandas, Ayadvalu, Setis, and Setigutta. So these are the trade guild. So trade guild was also there in that time. Okay, and next is the indigo cultivation that was in the Bengal, and in the 19th century it was one of the most profitable commodity, that is blue gold. Indigo is also known as a blue gold by the European market. There was a significant increase of indigo production in 18th to 19th century. The cultivation of the indigo failed after the invention of the synthetic indigo, which made the natural indigo non-profitable. The quantity and the value of natural indigo were started declining, and now indigo revolt was also there. So the indigo revolt was started in 1959 or 1859 to 1860, and that was the Digambar Vishwas and Vishnu Vishwas. So name was the Digambar Vishwas and the Vishnu Vishwas. The local peasants were forced by the planter to grow indigo, and the rice planter forced peasant to take the advance sum and either no fraudulent. So it was the farmer refused to grow indigo and planted paddy instead. They wanted to grow the paddy. So the planter resorted to illegal means to get the farmer to grow indigo, such as looting the crops and kidnapping the farmer family. So the revolt started in the village of Govindapur and the Chanugacha. That was in Govindpur and Chanugacha, and Krishnanagar, Govindpur, and the Chanugacha. This area was there, and that was planted in the Bengal. It was spread rapidly in the Murshidabad and Bardhaman and Khulna. And the revolt was ruthlessly suppressed. Large force of the police and military. British government formed the Indigo Commission, and there was also formed a commission that is known as the Indigo Commission, and that was formed in 1860. Okay, and due to the Nawab Abdul Latif initiative with the goal of the putting an end of the repression indigo. Now next is Fort William College. So Fort William College established 1800, that was in Calcutta, and India was greatly expanded. There was a urgent need of the more thoroughly organized administration. So this required a trained men who could not only communicate in local language but also understand the country they were gaining control. Indian men were supposed to learn native languages and Indian languages tutor. It was trained the British official that Fort William College was established in Lord Richard Wellesley. So it was by the Richard and Wellesley. He established this college in the 1800. So the college of the director of the British East India Company was never in support of the training college in the Kolkata, and later the separate college East India Company College was established in 1807. Now next is the William Carey. So who is the William Carey? He was the Scottish missionary who helped establish a Sirampur mission. So there was a Sirampur mission, and that mission, his work gained himself immense respect for the mission in Bengal, and his struggle against the inhumanity of the sati. So during the sati pratha, there was a prevalent in the sati pratha during British period. So the William Carey was there, and he just opposed this kind of rituals in the India. Sirampur mission was in 1800 to 1845 India's first Christian mission organization. William Carey and his two associate who carried this mission. Okay, and this mission was the mission started preaching the message of the Jesus from to Hooghly and the first Catholic Church district of the Bandel. About 200 years later, Protestant church was built in Sirampur. William Carey established the church, and that was through the initiative of Baptist Missionary Society. Now, next is the Mopila Revolt. So it was in 1921, and series of riots of the Mopila that was in Kerala. 19th and 20th century against the British Hindu landlords and Malabar that was led by the Variam Kuntha and Kunjama Haji. The name was this. The Mopla were the Muslim tenants and inhabited the Malabar region. Most of the Hindus, their grievance centered around lack of the security and high rents and renewable fees. So the merged the Khilafat movement. So there was also the Khilafat movement, and that was merged with the Mopila revolters in 1919, and the Khilafat meeting in the Malabar incited the communal feeling. Mopla and its became a movement directed against the British, and the prominent leader of the rebellion were the Ali Musaliar, Varia Kuntha, and Haji. By the end of the year, the rebellion was crushed by British, and in 1921, the Mopla prisoners were killed and called as a vegan tragedy. It is called as a vegan tragedy. Now, Ulgulan or the Great Tumult. So during the last decade of 19th century, Mundas rose under the Birsa Munda. There was a Birsa Munda that was religious movement of the Ulgulan. Ulgulan movement is known as a Birsa Munda in 19th century. It aimed to establish a Munda Raj in the region of the Jagirdar and the Tikardar. The region was revolt of British replaced by the traditional Khuntkari system. Traditional system was just replaced by the Khuntkari and Munda tribal by the Jamidari system in 1874. Now next is Bursa Munda. It was the Dharti Abba and the Earth Father. So he led the Ulgunan in the Munda rebellion against the British government, and he organized the masses to stop the paying debt to the moneylenders, and he combined the religious with the politics and travelers across the village, giving the building political military organization, and his struggle led to the passage of the Chota Nagpur Tennessee Act in 1908. Next is Panini. So next question for the prelims, that is Parini. So Parini was a Sanskrit grammarian who gave the comprehensive scientific theory of the phonetics and phonology and morphology. He considered the founder of the language and literature. Language and literature. So name was Panini. Ashtadhyayi was the Panini major work in the 3rd to 4th century. It is considered the 8th chapter. Panini gives the formal production rules for the Sanskrit grammar. Next is Amar Simha. So Amar Simha was the Sanskrit grammaticist, and he was a poet also. And Navratna of the Akbar, he was the name in the Navratna of the Gupta dynasty. Navratna of the Gupta dynasty. Amar Kosha was written by Amar Simha. It is vocabulary of Sanskrit root consists of the verses of the easily memorizing. It divided into the three khanda like Sargadi khanda, a word pertaining to God and heavens. Now next is Kalidasa. Kalidasa was a several historian believing that Kalidasa belonged to the court of Chandragupta II. That was the Vikramaditya also. So his major work was the Abhidham Shakuntalam and Malavika Agnimitram and Agnimitra Pushyamitra के बीच में जो लव एंड स्टोरी थी, लव अफेयर, दैट वाज ही डिपिक्टेड इन द मालविका अग्निमित्रम. Abhigyan Shakuntalam deal with the story of the Dushyant and the Shakuntala, and Vikramur Varshiyam, it was Sanskrit play revolving about the love story of the Purusha and the Urvashi. These all were written. Now Banyan. Banyan is a term, is anglicizing form of the Sanskrit and Bangla word that was the merchant. Anglo-Indian society and among the native too, Banyan was one of who engaged in the individual Western merchant and broker होते हैं जो उनको बोलते हैं बनियान. मिरासीदार. मिरासीदार कौन होते हैं? मिरासीदार वर द हेरिडिटरी पीजेंट. ये भी पीजेंट्स हैं जो कि हेरिडिटरी हैं. प्रोप्राइटर्स हु कल्टिवेटेड देयर ओन फील्ड एंड पेड लैंड टैक्स एट फिक्स रेट. एक फिक्स रेट की ये क्या देते हैं? और लैंड टैक्स देते हैं. एंड अंडर द रियोतवाड़ी सेटलमेंट, अंडर द Rayotwari settlement, the government recognizing the Mirasidar sole proprietor of the land. Next is the Mahendra Varman first. It was also in the news, Mahendra Varman first. So he was the succeeded throne over father of the Shimha Vishnu. So he was the poet. He was the poet and composed the Vichitra Chitra and Mahavilas Vichitra Chitra. He constructed the Mahabalipuram house of constructed Kachi University. He was initiated the Jainism, but he converted into the Shaiva faith. Influenced the Shaiva ascent, and during this period, Pulkeshiam second attack to the Pallav kingdom. That was Mahendravarman first. That was a poet also, and Vichitra Chitra was his composing, and Kachi University during this time, and Mahabalipuram also there. Now next one is Narsiya Varman, that was in 630 to 668, defeated the killed Pulkeshin II and plundered the Chalukya capital and Vatapi. He took control over the Vatapi and Vatapi Konda. Now he changed the name. He sent a naval expedition, and capital is also Vataki Konda, and naval expedition to Sri Lanka and the Sinhali prince. He founded the Mamalpuram and the Mahabalipuram. So Mamalpuram and Mahabalipuram. Mahabalipuram. These two things was composed by the Narsingh Varman. Now next one is Yunsang was visited the Pallav kingdom during this reign. Pala dynasty. Next is Pala dynasty. So Pala dynasty was the imperial power during the post-classical period. Pala emperor, the founder was the Gopala. The earliest example was a miniature painting. Buddha, several god and goddess, Mayana sects depict the red, blue, black, white. Pala painting characterizes the line and nervous lines, sensuous elegance. Now next is Gujar Pratihara. So Gujar Pratihara was a dynasty founded by the Nagbhat first. It was founded by the Nagbhat first in the reign of the Malwa. That was in the reign of the Malwa, and this later on the Vats Raja extended the ruler of the North India and made the Kannauj in the western Uttar Pradesh as the capital. So Kannauj was also the capital of this area. Pratihara were instrument in the containing the Arab armies and Indus River, and the greatest development of the style of temple building Khajuraho UNESCO World Heritage Site. So Khajuraho painting was during the Khajuraho temple was during the Gujar Pratihara, and there was a Kannauj in the western Uttar Pradesh capital. So capital was the Kannauj, and Malwa dynasty was also included in this. And Sanskrit poet was there, lived in the court of Mahipala and grandson of the Mihir Bhoja. So that was the Raj Shekhara. So Raj Shekhar was the Sanskrit poet in the Gujar Pratihara time, and that was living with the Mahipala and the Mirboj. Foreign traveler Al Masudi was visited the Pratihar ruler. So Al Masudi, he was also visited this ruler. Next is uh, Paratang Chola. Paratang Chola was 1907 to 907 to 955 and AD. This was the Chola kingdom by the Vijayalaya and Aditya Chol one. So the founder was the Vijayalaya and Aditya one and the Vijayalaya. And after the ascending the throne, the attack of the Pandya captured the Madurai and titled the Madurai Konda. He laid the rule of the conduct of village assembly Now, the copper plate inscription described the Paratanka promote the agriculture prosperity. And Chidambaram temple was there in the Paratanka time. Chidambaram. Chidambaram temple, that was during the Paratanka. Next is hundi. Hundi is a financial instrument used for the trade and credit. So, according to the RBI, hundi is an unconditional order and no conditions are there to pay the certain sum money person named an order. They were used for the remittances and credit borrowings and commerce and transactions also. They have no legal status and not covered under the negotiable instrument. So, there was no legal status. Next is um, Sakram Ganesh Dioskar. So Sakram Ganesh Deoskar, that was he was the close associate of the Sri Aurobindo published book entitled the Deshar Katha. Deshar Katha was described about the British commercial industrial exploitation of the India. So Deshar Katha was there and that was explaining about the exploitation. The book captured the mind of the young Bengal and preparing the Swadeshi movement. And Deshar used the Desh as a context for the whole country, popularizing idea of the Noroji and the Ranade promoted the Swadeshi. He was the first person bring name of the Swaraj. So that was the Sakram Ganesh Deoskar, and he was the first person who popularized the word Swaraj. Okay, Sakram Ganesh Deoskar, and there was a Swadeshi movement also, and Oroji was also popularized this. Now next is Gandhi Irwin Pact. That was in 1931. Mahatma Gandhi and the Irwin. It was signed before the start of second roundtable conference in the London. It was placed the Congress on equal footing with the government, and Gandhi was behalf of agreed take part in the roundtable conference and stop the civil disobedience. So in this time, Gandhi Irwin Pact, there was a movement. The name was the Civil Disobedience Movement, and that movement was just stabilized by this Mahatma Gandhi. Okay, so now Irwin agreed for the immediate release of the all political prisoner convicted of violence, removal of the salt tax, and remission of all the fines not to collect it. Right to make salt in the coastal village, and return of the old land not yet sold by the third party. Okay, lenient treatment to the government servant who had resigned, right to peaceful and non-aggressive picketing, and withdrawal of the emergency ordinance. So this all were he agreed about. He will now he will release the all political prisoners, and no salt tax will be remitted, and peaceful non-aggressive picketing होगी and withdrawal of the emergency ordinance. Now demand not accepted by the Lord Irwin, and the commutation of the death sentence to the Bhagat Singh, Rajguru and the Sukhdev to a life sentence, and demand for the public inquiry access committee by public during the civil obedience movement. And there was a commutation of the death sentence to the Bhagat Singh and the Rajguru and Sukhdev in this time, and public inquiry access was also committed by the police and during this civil disobedient movement. Okay, so this time was about the civil disobedient movement. Now next question is Gopal Babu Valankar, also known as Gopal Krishna. He was the born into the family of the untouchable Mahar caste, that was the Rajgarh district of Maharashtra, and he was in the Mahar caste in the Maharashtra, and name was the Gopal Babu Valankar. He was first to fight for the right of the Maharashtra. He developed the racial theory of explain the operation, also the published the first journal for the untouchable high caste people from the South Australian and non-Aryan and African Negro, that Chitpavan Brahman were Barbary Jew, and the high caste Maratha forbeared the Turks. So he published the monthly journal about the vital destroyer of Brahminical and the ceremonial pollution, which was first to have to untouchable people as its target audience, and he also brought the article on the Marathi language. Next person is a Jyotiba Phule, and that was in 1827 in Maharashtra, belonged to the Mali caste, and he was influenced by the Thomas Paine book of the rights of the men. So Thomas and Paine, and book का नाम था Rights of the Men. It's on solution of the combat the social evil and enlightenment of the women for the lower caste. So Phule was a follower of the Satya Shodhak Samaj. In 1873, attained the equal social economical benefits. He was bestowed the title Mahatma by the social activist Vitthal Rao Krishnaji. He attacked the orthodox Brahmins and hypocrites in important publications of the Tritiya Ratna, Pavda and Chhatrapati Shivaji. Bhosle Yachna, Gulamgiri was also his rachna. Chhatrapati Shivaji Raje was also his rachna, and Kshetra Karyachara Asu. Now next is the Savitri Bai Phule, that was the wife of this Jyotirba Phule. Later Jyotirba admitted the Savitri to be a teacher training institute for the Pune, and then she became a first female teacher in 1848. She also started the practice of the Satyashodak marriage, where couple took an oath for the education and equality. And they were taking the oath for the education and equality, and they also dug a well their country yard for the untouchables. This is the public drinking water facility. Next is Mahatma Gandhi. So Gandhiji was a prolific writer and has written many articles. He was edited several newspapers including Harijan, Indian Opinion, South Africa, Young India. He wrote several books, The Story of My Experiments with Truth, Hind Swaraj. He was associated with the songs from the Prison. Next is Bhimrao Ambedkar. He was the Hitkarni Sabha in 1923, spread education and the culture, and he founded the Independent Labour Party. So Labour Party was founded by the uh, Ambedkar, and the important work of Dr. Ambedkar was Mook Nayak, Janta, the annihilation of the caste, the untouchables, and Buddha or the Karl Marx. Next is Kulya Vapa Dronavapa. This is Gupta era. Term is Kulyavapa and Dronavapa as a Adhavapa were related to the land measurement, and the Midnapur plate of the Subakirti refer to the gift of the 40 drones. One of the Dronapaya land in village and Kumbara Draka to Brahmin named the Damyaswani. These are kind of the Gupta era. That was the land is giving in this Bengal and land measurement. So we should not know about that much. We should know the simple term that was the land measurement, and this is about the Kulyavapa and the Dronavapa. Okay, these two terms. Now next is what is Ashoka about. He was the son of the Mauryan emperor of the Bindusara, and Subhadra Rangi born in 304. Subhadrangi. He known as a various name like Devanam Priyadasi. Priyadasi during this reign, Mauryan Empire covered the Afghanistan, Bangladesh, did not cover the mid Kerala and the Tamil Nadu. But in this edict 12, Ashoka condemned the practice of the religion at the expenses of someone else. The edict concluded with the admonition that an individual religion grow through the Dhamma, and so all faith improve the tolerance and understanding. So he was believer of the tolerance and the understanding. Ashoka Dhamma ideal pattern of kingship, and everyone should serve the parents, teachers, and practice ahimsa, truthfulness. Consider his subject as the children. He set forth human treatment, animals, and prison. He was sought to conquer not by the war but the Dhamma. So he was believer of the tolerance and truthfulness. He sent his children Mahindra and the Sangmitra to the Sri Lanka. Now classify the land under the Gupta. So land under the Gupta, the land during the Gupta period was characterized by several groups such Kshetra, cultivable land, Khila that was westland, Aprahata that was jungle, forest land, and Vasti that was habitable land. Coinage during the Gupta period. So coinage was the face of the coin generally portrayed the governing king and legend, and the most popular Gupta coin was ruler with the this type of the issued by the dynasty king. The king is depicted the sofa playing veena, and the coin was Samundragupta and Kumar Gupta first. The Chandragupta second also issued the silver coin and copper coin. Okay, so coinage during the Gupta was also Raja Rajni coin was there. Pillar edict of the Gupta period, Maurya period, that was 7 pillars edict was there. First pillar was the Ashoka ideal people as a protection. Second was the Dhamma having the greatest number of the virtue, compassion and honesty, purity. Third pillar was remove the sin such as the curality. Fourth pillar was address the responsibility of Rajuka, and fifth pillar was for the list of the animal birds which are prohibited by slaughtering, and sixth pillar that was Dhamma policy of the Ashoka, and seventh pillar was contribution of the Dhamma policy. Minor pillar was Rumindai. Rumindai pillar was the document Ashoka visit to the Lumbini and the exemption from taxation, and Nigali Sagar pillar that was extension of the height of Konkan Kamma stupa to the twice on the original size. So Nigali Sagar was about the pillar extension of the height of the Kona Kammana stupa. Major pillar to Sarnath Loin capital erected by the Ashoka to the commemorate the Dhammachakra Parivartan. Single loin Vaishali pillar. Bihar is known as no inscription. Uttar Pradesh is the Sankesha pillar and Loria Nandangarh pillar that was in Bihar. Loria Adras that was in Bihar and the Uttar Pradesh Allahabad pillar was also there. So there was the Uttar Pradesh Sankesha pillar, Loria Nandangarh that was Bihar, Loria Adras that was Bihar and the Uttar Pradesh Allahabad pillar was also there. समुद्रगुप्ता ही वॉज ए गुप्ता एम्पायर का क्या था ये रूलर था कंसिडरिंग इनहेंसिंग डायनेस्टी पॉलिटिकल अथॉरिटी टाइटल ऑफ द Parakramanka. He was known as the Napoleon of the Indian Prayag Prashasti and written by his country-yard and Harisena. So the name of the writer of the Prayag Prashasti, his name was the Harisena and it described him for the hero of the 100 battle. Okay. Now next one is about the Allahabad pillar that was inscription shed light on the Samudrupta Digvijay. He was given the title of the Kaviraj by the several Sanskrit poetries. He was supporter of the Buddhist scholar of the Vasubandhu, so he was supporter of the Vasubandhu also. He was tolerant to the all religion and Brahmin. He gave the king of the Ceylon permission to the create Buddhist monastery in the that area. Now next ruler was the Harshvardhana that was 7th century AD. Vardhan dynasty. He was the born Hindu but started embracing the Mahayana Buddhism religion. Jianzhang, as a Chinese Buddhist traveler, praised the deep deeds of the king Harshvardhana. Name was Jianzhang. After obtaining control over the Kannauj, Harshvardhana united the two kingdoms. One was the Thaneshwar, second was Kannauj. He then moved the capital of the kingdom from Thaneshwar to Kannauj, and he also annexed the kingdom of the Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. He was defeated by Pulkeshin II and Chalukya king. Okay, the he defeated by the Pulkeshin II of the Chalukya king in the 17, 18, and 16 under 1980. The Harshvardhana is a biography of the Harshvardhan composed the Sanskrit by the court poet of the Banbhata. So Banbhat was the person who composed the Harshcharitra. That was the biography of the Harshvardhana. He himself wrote the Nagananda, Ratnavali and the Priyadarshika. So three poetries was written by him. First was the Nagananda, second was the Ratnavali, and third one was the Priyadarshika. Now Ratnavali, its theme revolved around the device path of adopted the yoga Darya of the Vatsa king Udyan Kaushambi to get the king married to the Ceylon princess Ratnavali. Now next one, Yungsang was visited to the reign of the emperor of the Harshvardhana and compiled his observations. Siyuki. So Siyuki was written by the Yonsang and it was compiled by him. Next ruler is the Krishna Dev Rai. He was the ruler of the Vijayanagar Empire and that was 1509 to the 29. He was credited building some of the temple and Gopuram. He also founded the suburban township near the Vijayanagar called the Nagapuram and he composed work of the statecraft of the Telugu and that work is the Amukta Malyada. Work is the Amukta Malyada. Amukta Malyada, that was work of the Nagarjuna. He earned the title of the Kannada Rajya Ram Rama and the Andhra Bhoj and the Moru Ganda. He defeated the Sultan Bijapur Golconda and the Brahmani and Raja Odisha, the great South Indian mathematician and Neelkantha Somayaji, leaving the emperor of the Krishnadev Rai. That was the mathematician Neelkantha Somayaji. He was living in the emperor of the Krishnadev Rai. Portuguese traveler Domingo Paes and Farango Nunes. So Domingo Paes, that was Portuguese, and Fernão Nunes. Nunes was also the Portuguese. Both were visited this. And Vijayanagar School of Architecture, that was a temple highly decorated with the carving. Gopuram were built up this side. More than one mandap was also there. Central mandap was named as a Kalyan mandap and concept of the secular building. The secular building inside the temple was there. An important example of the Vitthal Swami temple, that was Lotus Mall. So Vitthal Swami temple was there in the Vijayanagar. Vijayanagar mural. What is mural? So mural is the Hampi, that is Virupaksha temple, has painting its mandap narrating events of the dynastic history, Ramayana and the Mahabharata, that is Vijayanagara mural. And language, the face of shown, the profile and the figure of the two-dimensionally line is also presented there. Now next is about the Hoysala art. Hoysala art was in the Karnataka, and the name was the Halibut. Halibut and the Shringeri. Srangeri and the Halibut, that was in the Belur. Multiple shrine built around the central pillar hall. Shrine laid out the shape of the stellate pattern. Soft stone was the main building. More emphasis on the decoration. Best example of the Hoysaleshwar temple, that was in the Halibut. Next is Parivrajaka and Bhikshuk. Bhikshuk was the roaming ascetic life and seekers of the truth who wandered from the one village to the second village, and this is known as the Parivrajaka. Parivrajaka was the bhikshus and they was wandering. The famous Parivrajaka were the Gautam Buddha and Makhali Goshala and the Vardhaman Mahavir. Shraman, what is Shraman? Shraman refer to the seeker who perform act of the austerity. So austerity is a shaman, ascetic life they were living, and they disregarded the higher status of the Brahma and living in the monasteries near village. That is the shaman. So this history questions which were related to the current affairs, I just discussed here.